Hello, my name is Jamie Shaw. I'm a senior CAD support specialist with the Illinois Department of Transportation, and today we're going to talk about details. So I have some alignment, ties, and benchmarks. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to do some sheets. So the first one we're going to do this is alignments and ties. You can do the entire set of details at one time. So we'll go to drawing production, go to name boundary, place name boundary, and we're going to select from drawing boundary, and this time we'll select the drawing boundary pull down and pick detail sheet. We'll give this a name of alignments and ties. We want our sheet to be a 50 scale, so we'll see if we can fit a 50 scale around there. So make sure everything's inside. The title now at the bottom doesn't really matter, so just left click, and it looks like I may have to move that a little bit, which is fine. I can move it inside the drawing boundary. I should have shifted it to the left a little bit. I mean, we could always cancel that and do it again. Actually, let's do that. Let's cancel that. Let's hit undo. So we'll do it again. Place from now. So this time we'll make sure we got it pulled over far enough. And then we'll left click. Make sure the create drawing model is a scale of 1 to 50. And it matches the detail scale 1 to 50. We'll select OK. And you see I've got my alignments and ties all in one drawing. Another way we can do this, go back to our default model. I got another one that's, alignment tie sheet with control points and benchmarks. I mean, we can do that separately, or we can just, let's do this one right here. I'll show you some different ways to get all these on there. So instead of putting a boundary around the entire detail, we can separate them out and get them on the sheet the way we want them. So we can do place name boundary. This one is just tie points. We'll call this one tie points. We'll do our sheet 1 inch equals 50, and we can come down here. Now you can't just come into a drawing, blank drawing, and set a name boundary. It's got to have some kind of element in it. Doesn't matter if it's a piece of text, a line, whatever. It's got to have some kind of element in it. We don't want anything in our sheet right at the moment, so we'll just left click out here. We get our 1 to 50. Make sure our drawing model scale is 1 to 50, matches our detail scale. Let's select OK. Now we have a blank drawing. Now if we go back and say we have a bunch of ties we want to put in here, so I want to do a name boundary around this. I'm going to call this my table. And then I'm going to make my scale, I don't know, 1 inch equals a foot. Let's see, now that's a little bitty, so let's go 1 to 2, 1 to 5. No, let's say that one's 1 to 20. 20 is a little small. Let's go 1 to 30. 1 to 30, I can get it all on there. But let's go 1 to 20 and we can make this work. It's not going to work 1 to 20. So here we could come in and do a custom. Do 1 to 25. So now let's not even mess with the custom. Let's just do it 1 to 30. So we'll do 1 to 30 there. I don't know, I'm still torn at the 1 to 20. I guess I could scale the table down a little bit and try it that way. But let's try one of these details instead first. Then we'll worry about the table. So I can drop that down to 1 to 10. And we can do it a different way too. Instead of doing it like that, we can go a 2 point. That's what I was getting at. So I want to do a 2 point. So I can come up here right outside of it, and then it'll give me a custom scale. All right, like that. So I got my crate drawing on, so I'll left click. Let's see, it's 132 by foot, so I don't know. 132 by a foot. And then we can, instead of putting it on a new sheet, we want to take it and we want to, where it says sheets, I'll select it on Type Point sheet. And then we'll hit OK. You see it puts it on the Type Point sheet. So now we can come in and move that detail. Pick the second one. We can move that with our reference tools. Move it up here in the corner like that. So there's our table. And then we can come back to our default. And this time we want to do another name boundary. We're going to do by 2 point again. This one's going to be northeast corner. And we'll just select that point and select the intersection right there. And then we'll left click to accept it. That one's a 1 to 20, so 1 to 20. Make sure they both match. We'll do a OK. Well, oops, I put it on the wrong sheet. So let's go back and go undo. Okay, so undo just undid it all. So let's redo this again. Let's go in and make sure we got the northeast quarter name boundary gone. I don't have one per northeast corner. So let's just take the -1 out of there. I'll snap to that point, snap to the intersection again, and then we'll left click to accept it. Under sheets, put it on the tie sheet. Make sure that's 1 to 20, hit OK. See it comes in. And that's a little big, so maybe we want to scale it down. So let's do an undo again. And we'll go back to our default. Let's try this again. We'll do to the intersection. And let's do a 1 to 5 on this one and a 1 to 5 here and see what we get. And we want to place that on the Type Point sheet. And see that come out huge. Not what we want. All right, so I've had to play with the detail scale a little bit. So my table's a little big. I may want to go in and move my table. Of course, all the text in there is not annotative, so you'd want to go fix all that. These were copied from SS10, so I just kind of brought them in just to give you an idea of what you can do. So like this one, I just do a 2 point name boundary around it. And I can make it smaller and move all the other stuff up in it. Kind of like that. Tell it I wanted a 30-second. Tell this one I wanted a 30-second. And I say place it on the Type Point sheet. And boom, it goes on the Type Point sheet. And I just go into my references. The last one and just move it. I can move it down here to the bottom. The table, I can go delete it and redo it, make it smaller. This stuff I can move out because you can get all that stuff up in there. And you just got to mess with the scales and stuff like that to get it to come in on the sheet. But you do this for driveways, Type Points. I'm bumped my sheet up to 1 to 100, so I could probably go into. So I could probably go in and move all this stuff up, tighten them up. So let's just do that real quick, and I can show you. Let's go undo. Back to our default. I'll just undo everything I did. So let's move all all our notes, edit them, take the space out of them. Like that. Then we can move it up. This I can take and move it up. Put the number 1 right there on it. Tighten it up some. Same with this one. Whoops. Undo. I'll move the 2 over real close to it. Then I'll move the entire thing up. Kind of tighten them up a little bit. Move my north arrow in just a little bit. Because I want all these to try to fit on one drawing. So move that in there like that. Move this up. And you can go with a bigger sheet if you need to. I mean, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to move it up here. I'll take number 4 and move it right there. So let's try this again. Let's just start with the tie points. I want to do a 2-point tie point. Get in there nice and tight. See, that wasn't tight enough. Or make sure you got everything in there. I'm going to set it to 1/32, and 1/32 equals a foot. I'm going to put it on the tie point sheet. Hit OK. See, it's there. So now I can go back. You might want to put this on a different sheet by itself too. You know, who knows? However you want to do it, because you may have a couple sheets for tie points. So this one we can do a little tighter. And I didn't change the name of it. Change your name to what you want it to every time. So 1/32, 1/32. I'm going to put this on the same tie point sheet. Boom. So you got 2 of them there. You know, so I can start placing these where I want them. So the first one I'm going to move with my reference tools. I'm going to put it up here. Next one, I can grab it, move, you know, and I can actually do the move. Drawing, move, snap to, well, shit, I forgot I got to use the reference tool so I can snap right to that boundary and put it right there. So they're stacked right next to each other. Then I can go back and do the next one. And you can turn them boundaries off once you're done. Back, we'll do this one. Do drawing production, place name boundary. Make sure you get everything in it. I'll left click out there, 1/32. This one, 1/32. We want to make sure we put it on the tie point sheet. Select OK. Boom. Then we can move it. So you kind of get the idea of what I'm doing. I'm kind of building this sheet up. So I'm just kind of eyeballing those. So you get the idea of how to, you know, build a tie point sheet. Don't worry about this boundary. Sometimes it falls on the corner like it's supposed to. Sometimes it gets goofy and stuff. We fixed it. Have fixed it many times, and it still keeps creeping off the border. So that's all I have for you today. That's creating tie points and alignments. I forgot to do. I think I showed you this one in the beginning. Same with this one. We can do a boundary, do a detail, and call this one Illinois 7 alignment tie sheet. We want it to 1/100 or 1/50. So I'll have to kind of slide around and make sure to get all my stuff in there. If I can't, then I can come clean it up later. See how my lines are extended past the edges just a little bit. I can try moving it up. Make sure that's 1 to 50. That's 1 to 50. Hit OK. All this stuff, you know, is gray, so I can come in and window all of it, go to properties, change my level to 0 if it'll let me, or I can go into my sheet boundary. It's all this stuff. Let's change all this stuff, see if we can. Now it won't let me change it for some reason, but you kind of get the idea. So if you're extending past, we're not there. We're not there, so I think we're good. So there's the sheet view. I see it's a reference, so go back into the default view. So it's still a reference there. Now you can change it here, so change that to 0. Change that one to 0. Well, once you go back, it should look correct. 0. Let's just do the height of wire here. Change that to 0. Let's go back into the sheet. Just take a look at it real quick. Now see it's all black and stands out a little better. So a couple different ways you can create your sheets. So that's all I have for you today. Hope that was entertaining for you. Reach out if you have any questions.